just last night, I'm going to hit you straight up.
Yeah.
Get straight into it. Did the referee have an influence into the way it panned out?
Look, we could stand here and blame him. I don't think we showed up at times. We knew it was going to be a fight. We knew that they'd had a tough schedule, and we knew that early on they were really going to put pressure on us. And if we could weather that storm, then it probably held us in good stead. The first goal was pretty ugly. It was pretty messy the way it happened and eventuated. The second goal was a good free kick. Should there have been a free kick further up the pitch earlier? Potentially. I mean, look, Rhys Williams got the ball, there's no doubting that, but it's a pretty dangerous tackle. So those things happen. He was inexperienced ref. You know, he'll learn from his mistakes, and we have to learn from them too and move on.
Was the tone set when Kiddo got cleaned up 4 minutes in? That looked to me to be blatant. There's no other. It wasn't a goal kick. It was a foul on the edge of the box.
Yeah, there was a couple of them. There was another one for Jordan O'Doherty as well, I think. I mean, like I said, we can stand here and blame him. It's done now. We can't really change it. It's disappointing that came to that. But look, we didn't get the points, and we should have been better, and we weren't. And we've only got ourselves to blame, I think.
Just with the red, obviously, and by the way, Rhys Williams was sitting on another card and he's suspended for the next week.
Yeah.
And he didn't get a card, unfortunately. How did you see it? I mean, it's two guys going up for a ball. He's brand new to the country. He's been here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the Swiss League, I don't think it's common for anyone to touch another player with a push after a foul that's been awarded. How did you see it?
Yeah, look, I think Cengiz sort of stood up in front of the group and apologised for his actions, and I think it was probably a little bit silly in heat of the moment what he did with the little slap. But for it to get to that, and no one else be carded or anything, I think that's where common sense comes into it. Football and the VAR and all this stuff. At the end of the day, you need a bit of common sense, and you have to get a feeling for the game. And it was heated at times. There was an incident in the first half with myself and Bess. Neither of us got a card. So I don't see how all of a sudden it can be another incident between two players. One can get a red and one can get nothing. But that's football.
Did you expect a card in that incident? I mean, we've seen these games in the past where a little flare up and the card's brandished and things cool down.
Yeah, look, we were down 2-0 at the time. I went up for the ball and it went over me, and I grabbed his shirt, and I thought maybe if I escalate something a little bit here, it might help put them off. Did I expect a card? Not really. He kind of kicked out at me when I was on the ground, and then I thought, let's have a wrestle. But nothing really eventuated. But at the end of the day, I had to try something to try and change the tone because we were down 2-0. And then I get one, and now I'm suspended next week for nothing. So it's disappointing. It is what it is. And
so you're out next week? Yeah,
I'm suspended because my foot touched Terry Antonis' shin pad late in the game.
So overall, Adelaide targeted. Are you? Because I see Central Coast Mariners. They're not a rough team, but they're leading with the expulsions. You guys are now second, and it's quite crazy. I'll keep asking the question.
Yeah.
And then you see Melbourne Victory, the leaders in fouls, but they're not getting the punishment. And then at the other end of the scale, Sydney FC
miles
seems to
ahead.
be getting looked after foul-wise.
Yeah, look, again, I don't want to cry, poor us or anything. Yeah, I don't want to say poor us or anything like that, and I don't want to blame them too much, but sometimes it feels like there's a perception with certain players, if Isaias makes a foul, it's like, oh, it was Isaias again. I came on the field the other week, I won't mention the game or who the referee was, I came on for the final 2 minutes. As I ran on the field, the referee said to me, don't do anything silly like you usually do. And for me, I can't, how can he say that to me? But anyway, that's football. We have to live with it. We move on. We've got a big game now in Brisbane, and I think 3 points up there will put us back in a good position.
So you got a reputation?
Potentially. Potentially, that's what happens. I mean, again, it's not every referee. The referee last night was actually good in certain areas. He was really approachable. You could actually talk with him, which was fresh for a change. But again, they make mistakes, we make mistakes. It's football.
Marco said last week that there needs to be a lot more communication, coming closer. They're a big part of the game.
Yeah.
How do you see that?
Yeah, look, every year the referees come out at the start of the year and tell us about how things are going to change and what's going to happen. Not much has changed.